Hey guys, it's Everseen here. I hope everybody's doing well. Today's guide is going to be all about archers, so this is my third installment of the four-part series on troop guides, and I'm going to do archers today. I know I haven't made any guides or videos in a while. I just really haven't felt like making any videos. I haven't had any motivation. But anyway, I waited for Tyrannus and the Return to come out to kind of see how they would play out in the progression with playing archers. So yeah, I'll include them in today's video. All right, guys. So with archers, the main thing about archers is that they're more of a defending troop than an offensive troop. And the reason why I say this is because archers just don't really have a lot of HP. If you take a look at their base statistics here, they have 1855 HP. So if we look at the T11, they'll of course have more. 2240. So if we go and look at infantry, for example, we're going to see that infantry just have much more HP, much more base HP, 3170. And so basically, the reason why I think that archers are not an attack troop is because they need infantry, especially Kingsguard, to supplement that loss of HP. So whenever you're using archers, I tend to really, perfect them with defense. So castle defense. When you have a lot of infantry and a lot of archers, you can really embarrass some incoming rallies just because of how strong archers really are when you have a lot of them. So the thing about rally is that a rally, like for me, is about I think 1.6 million in size. I can't really show it right now because I'm gathering, but we get rally sizes of 2 million, 2.5, 3 million, and it seems like there's just not enough space to incorporate both infantry and archers. When instead you could just send a full infantry rally and it could be much, much stronger than, having a half and half type of version. So this is why I say that archers are very good on castle defense because you can have, 3 million, 4 million archers in your castle and, it just gets out of hand. So if you're going to decide to do archers, just know that if you're a small castle, if you're like sub, 50 million, you're going to struggle with Mulan players. So I'll show you a report right here. And honestly, this was last Overlord. I had woken up, I was late to waking up, and I just decided to get on quickly. I forgot to put on my preset. I had the wrong heroes on the wall. And this is what a Mulan player will do to a castle. And this, represents kind of a free to play player castle. So 1.7 million kills. It was a solo hit, right? So he has 800% against my mid 300% with T12 cavalry. So one thing is that cavalry are gonna destroy an archer castle, and this castle, my castle, doesn't even have any archers in it right now. It has all infantry, and you can just see how obliterated I got. So when you want to build an archer castle, just know that you're really susceptible to being killed at any point and any time with Mulan because, she's just so powerful that like she attacks twice and having, 800% statistics are just so insane. So, um, you know, you want to focus on getting a big size before you start migrating to archers. So right now I'm 30 million power. I got a decent amount of infantry going, and what I'm trying to do is get at least 1.5 million of these, maybe 2 million, and then get my T11 archers, which I need to upgrade this to L3 in order to get T11 archers, which will be quite a while from now. But once I do that, and then once I get my Eritrea up, which is also very low, I'm trying to get my Jason to 120 first. And then, yeah, I might do Kanoa because I'm trying to get him through the total consumption. I might get him up to level 100, who knows. But anyways, that is kind of my plan. And honestly, if you're going to be an archer castle, I think that you really need to focus on your infantry statistics as well. Like you need to focus on your HP and your defense and then buff your archer attack. See, like you can use archers and use archer HP and defense, but if you have infantry in your castle, uh, the infantry is always going to get hit first. So if you're defending against a Gideon Naya rally, or just an archer rally, anything except for cavalry, stuff is going to hit your Kingsguards first. So this is why I want a brick wall of about 1 to 2 million T10 infantry, so that my archers behind it can do the work. So what am I going to do? I'm going to buff my infantry HP and my archer attack, and then my infantry defense, because I want the troops getting attacked to have the most HP and defense, and I want the archers sitting in the back feeding off of that tankiness and just laying into everything. So like T10 infantry here, they have 3,976 HP versus the 2,240 that we would have seen on the T11 archers. So yeah, you just want to focus on Tyrannus and Kanoa as your kind of big ticket items that you want to get. Eritrea, of course. I mean, if you're a free to play archer player, you're really going to struggle. You can kind of work your way towards going Mori and then going with Oged. So Oged is basically your meat of your infantry. So he has both of the stats that we want. He has HP and defense that we want to be tanky for those archers. So Oged Mori is a decent beginner combination. It works, but it also gets really destroyed by top level players. You pretty much have to pick your battles very carefully using this combination. Another combination that you're going to want to work for is Oged and Eritrea. So Eritrea is, much better than Mori. It's the upgrade from Mori. But, other than really, these aren't beginner. They kind of are. You're not going to want to use things like Linmare. Like, she's just not good. She gives only infantry attack, or archer attack, sorry. And she's just really not that good. She doesn't have any abilities. She just gives archer attack. You could try Oged in her, but that's like very early game. And I wouldn't focus on Linmare at all. I never went for her at all. I never used her. I really just don't think she's a good hero at all. I think Mori is just, leaps and leaps better than Linmare, just because of this ability to, ignore 10% of infantry defense. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. But you kind of you can do Mori and Linmare if you're, very eager, but I honestly wouldn't, and I would try to pair an infantry hero with an archer hero and buff up your infantry stats so that you have that little bit of brick wall for your archers to perform. So, guys, I just want to reiterate that if you're going to be an archer player, you either need a lot of money or a lot of time. So, what I mean by a lot of money is for heroes like Tyrannus and Kanoa, which are the building blocks of the best combinations for archers right now, which kind of combats Nia Gideon. Or you need a lot of time, and by a lot of time, I mean it's to build heroes like Eritrea and Kanoa for like defensive purposes, because Tyrannus, you can get him over time for free, but to actually get the yellow shards and stuff to pump into him, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. I wouldn't use this guy until he's at least level 80 or 100, so that's a lot of shards to get up to that point. But if you can get there for free, do it, because like archers are really good defenders. They're also really good attackers when you use Tyrannus and Kanoa now. And especially with T12, if players have T12 that can throw into your rallies, it's going to make your rally so much better, because T12 infantry and T12 archers coincide with Tyrannus Kanoa, and they correlate so well that it makes it kind of broken. Another thing that makes archers very broken in the higher tier right now is that you can get this thing called assistance. So this is going to be a big money ticket thing. You're never going to achieve a high amount of assistance, for free. It's just not likely. You might get to about 20% if you're lucky or something, just through research and stuff. But assistance is really important, because if we read it here, it says, when high attack troops come under attack, assistance will be triggered and the damage taken will be spread out to the troops with highest HP and defense. So what this means is that when your archers take damage, it will be deflected onto the King's Guard or your infantry. So this is really good in high tiers when you have high assistance. It's because if a Mulan tries to attack your archers, the attack that comes from the cavalry to the archers actually, how much percent of assistance you have, it gets deflected onto the infantry, which then makes your build so much more stronger. I've seen some people, like very high level players, keep this in mind with thousands of dollars spent, where 50% assistance, where a Mulan rally just hits T12, all T12, Tyrannus Kanoa, and it just gets obliterated. So assistance, very nice to get. The books, however, are very expensive, and you're never going to get assistance books for free. I just want to make that clear. So if you're gonna go for Tyrannus Kanoa, just know that if you're like a mid-tier spender and you have like Kanoa and Tyrannus at 120, it's nice, but the real thing that makes those heroes so good is the assistance. So just keep that in mind. You're probably going to lose to high level Gideon Naya players, even though you're using archers and Tyrannus Kanoa. It's assistance that makes the difference between archers being overpowered against Gideon Naya. But of course, it takes so much money. So who really has the money? Only few people have it. So another thing I want to talk about though is just the troop correlation. I want to emphasize on using infantry and archers. So a lot of people think that you can just use Tyrannus Kanoa, you can just go full blown archers, archer HP, defense, blah blah blah, and just win everything, just face tank everything. Yes and no. You can win, but you're not going to win against high level players. The only way you're going to win against high level players and high level castles is if you use infantry in front of the archers and you focus your infantry HP and your archer defense, or and your infantry defense. So infantry HP and defense and archer attack, because again, you're going to have this brick wall of infantry which is going to absorb damage, and then you're going to have your archers in the back picking off whatever's in the castle. Of course, a big weakness to archers is still cavalry. Mulan is a big weakness to Tyrannus Kanoa. The only thing that saves you is that assistance factor, but you can still use it. If you're going to go up against a Mulan player, just know that instead of doing infantry defense and HP, you should really focus on doing archer defense and archer HP, because Tyrannus has such a good ability where he empowers the archers so much, where it just makes it much more safe to go with beefing up your archers, because it is nice to have the infantry, but if you leave your archer HP and defense really low, then you're just going to get obliterated by Mulan regardless of how high your infantry attack is, because they're just going to jump over your infantry and attack your archers directly. So guys, now I'm going to talk about more of the combinations. So I know I went over like some beginner combinations. There's not really too much intermediate combinations just because we don't really have a lot of heroes to pick from. Of course, like the Returned and Tyrannus are new, somewhat money heroes. The Returned is definitely going to be hard to get as a free-to-play player, I think. Um, especially to summon, I think you actually have to pay money to even summon her. So I don't really think there's much intermediate. I gave the beginners that I think, and now I'm going to go over kind of the advanced. So the best archer combination right now is got to be Tyrannus and Kanoa, or if not, Tyrannus and Eritrea, because Eritrea's ability is just so good and scales so well in large scale battle. Eritrea's ability is just super good. Um, but Kanoa, it just has that flat 45% damage, which is really nice, and you get that at any level. So even if your Kanoa is level 100, you can still take advantage of that damage percentage. So those two are the best, I think. Tyrannus Kanoa. For defending, you're going to want to focus on things like Eritrea. Uh, you know, I would get her leveled up anyway, especially if you're using Tyrannus and Kanoa for attack, because Eritrea on defense is actually one of the best wall heroes in the game. I've stressed this in many other videos of mine, that Jason and Eritrea is one of the best combinations that I've ever used, or Oged Eritrea, because you're buffing that infantry so high, the infantry HP and defense, and then your archer attack is just gonna melt incoming rallies. So it's really nice. Like, say you're holding a palace with Tyrannus and Kanoa, and then what you want to do is on your wall you could put something like Eritrea, maybe a Beej. It depends on how much money you spend in the game or whatever. But Eritrea and like a Jason is really nice. Jason's good. You can get him for free. Eritrea for free. You know, these are really good heroes that you need to prioritize because you need to have a strong defense as well as a strong offense. So for best wall hero, though, I really think Tyrannus probably takes the cake for the best wall hero in the game now, just because he gives infantry statistics as well as archer statistics, and we all know that he's basically two heroes in one. So I would say Tyrannus Kanoa or Tyrannus Eritrea, definitely the best combinations. You could use something like a Tyrannus and the Returned, because the Returned is also kind of two heroes in one, right? Where she gives, HP plus attack. I would honestly think that if you were going to take an archer rally and you wanted to be at your best stats possible, it would be with the Returned and with Tyrannus. I haven't been able to test out any numbers. I haven't really seen many numbers on defending rallies, but in theory, I think that these two would probably be the best, or if not, Tyrannus Kanoa on the wall. For attacking, you can of course use Tyrannus and the Returned. I think that's probably a safe option, especially because it's basically like using two heroes in one, where you're getting so much statistics to your infantry HP, where you can scale to probably like 600, 700% HP, even higher, and 800 or 700% archer attack. So, those are kind of the best advanced combinations. I really don't have any others. I mean, if you're free to play, Eritrea is a staple. It's a staple for all builds, all archer builds. I would say Eritrea is probably one of the most important heroes. I think that her, Tyrannus, Jason, Oged, they're kind of like the best wall heroes in the game. Other than like the really high ticket paid heroes. But Eritrea is, you can get her for free. You can get her from Tournament of Kingdoms. You can get her from Fast Castle Development, where you get the gold 3 shards. There's plenty of events coming up in the Ruins of Titan where you get Eritrea shards for free. So you pretty much have no excuse to having her at max level if you're an archer player. So, to sum everything up, though, I want to say that if you're going to play archers, just know that you're going to struggle if you're playing in like for free. Like if you're not spending any money and you're trying to play archers, you're going to struggle for probably 6 months to a year because you're not going to have heroes at their peak like Eritrea and Jason and Oged for defense. But once you get those heroes there, which is why I always focus on infantry first, and then I branch out to archers much later on, because it's so easy to build infantry and to use infantry and to take rallies on defense and stuff. And then basically all you got to do is just do a bit of research and keep your books for archers, and you're set. Since the beginning of the kingdom, I saved books like Archer Attack. I almost have it level 30. That's one set of a level 30 book, which is actually the most I think I have so far. And then I have Wall Defenders. So these two books, it's basically like having Archer Attack twice on a hero. And for defense, this is like an insanely good book. And you can get Wall Defender, up in the high tier, for really not much invested. And if you're spending money, it's even faster. But you could put this on an Eritrea while you have your Archer Attack on your attacking rally of Archer heroes, like a Tyrannus Kanoa. So, Wall Defender is really nice, especially with Archer Attack. Because it just buffs your archer attack so high, where the incoming rally, if you're defending, you just kind of obliterate it. It doesn't have any chance at all. But yeah, guys, that's really all I have for archer heroes. Like another good hero is Beej, because Beej, he kind of counters cavalry in a sense, where he can dodge cavalry completely. He can dodge infantry completely, but only lancers. That's the thing. So if it's T12 cavalry, Beej will not grant dodge, because it only grants to enemy melee troops. So melee is range 1. So in infantry here, it's range, see attack range, it says 1. The same with Kingsguard, but if you go to cavalry, for example, lancers are range 1. So these classify as a melee troop because they use swords and whatever. But if you go to, ranger cavalry, it's using bows and its attack range is 4. So it's no longer melee cavalry. So Beej really does nothing in the T12 realm of players. But if you're going against T11, cavalry on your archer castle, it's actually really nice to have Beej and Airtra because Beej just adds that extra bit of survivability to your build. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I shed a bit of insight on my theory around the heroes and stuff. And you can start, building your archers if you want. But this is just a good informational video to know what you're kind of getting yourself into and the disadvantages and also advantages that you can get into while doing this sort of build. Alright guys, so maybe a little bit of tangent on the end of the video here. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I always get a bunch of comments or messages, some friends, fans, where you guys, you really want me to post videos or you miss the videos. And I know I'm guilty for not posting in a while. I just wanted to say, I like to do this stuff for, fun. It's a part-time thing. It's not a full-time thing. And it takes a lot of time to learn about the game, play the game, keep up with the game as well as make the videos, and just take time out of the day to do them. Right now, I have a lot of time, but it's hard to justify my time when I'm not making a living or anything off this type of stuff. So just be patient with me when I don't post videos for a long time. It's not because I hate you guys and I don't want you guys to know stuff or whatever. I'm busy or I just don't have the motivation or I'm simply just not having fun with the game. I get very burnt out on this game because I am so invested and I invest a lot of my time learning and tinkering with a bunch of different things. So I'm on the game quite a bit. And honestly, lately I've just been taking a break from Rise of the Kings and just kind of like a breather and just not playing as much. So I just get on, I do my dailies, I do my little chores, and that's kind of it. And I stop in for KVK and I do a bit of that. But ultimately, I just wanted to say that I'm not ignoring you guys or anything. I just wanted to clear that up and know that I just kind of get busy and I just don't feel like making videos. But I will try and push the next guide out for Siege, and then I'll do a little like some little tip videos again and stuff. I find those are a lot easier than making these guides because I gotta like screw around with thumbnails and all that. But anyway, tangents over. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I got my Discord link. I know it's a very inactive Discord, but if you want to come, you can join. You can ask me any questions there, or you can feel free to leave a comment in the video down below. But make sure you guys subscribe, and if you could like and maybe comment, it's good for that algorithm. My videos get pushed more for people who want to see Rise of the Kings content. So I just want to say I still enjoy really making videos and stuff and talking to you guys about the game. I really love the theory crafting of it and getting to know the ins and outs and right down to the base numbers and stuff of the game. So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna sign off here. See you later. See you in the next video.